I wish I could go back and tell myself this when I was an artist back in the day. I was an artist in the noughties for 7 or 8 years and then worked behind the scenes in the industry for 15 years at a global, super successful label called AWOL. I've learned so much from watching hundreds and hundreds of projects go from 0 to 1 million streams and beyond. And we got live shows wrong. We got everything wrong. So this is what I would do now. One, merch. So you want to invest in merch. There's a real financial upside here. Selling just a few t-shirts at each show, if you're doing a few shows a month, can easily add up to £150, £200 a month. This is a huge deal. And obviously, it gives you ample opportunity to connect with the audience after the show as well, because you're at the merch table and you're capturing email addresses. So there's so many wins there, and we completely missed out on that as a band. Being strategic about the lineup on stage is so important. We did finally get this right after several years, but we had it in our heads that we couldn't play a show unless we had an entire, 3 or 4 additional artists that we really didn't need. We managed to create a really good, artistic, integrity-filled version of the act with a much more stripped-back version, which made performing so much cheaper and easier to organise, so we could play a lot more shows and it would cost half as much. So make sure you're really strategic about the lineup. I'm not saying compromise on creative, but be sure, do you absolutely need the whole lineup or can you do a stripped back version? And again, this is one we only got right in the very latest stages of our career. Think about how much you're going to get paid. Think about what you're worth. Think about what the going rate is and try and negotiate for something better. If you don't have a manager to do this for you, it's a little bit tougher, but just have a go. So if you understand what the rate should be, ask for a fair amount more, and quite often you'll be surprised or delighted that a promoter will go there, especially if they really care about having you perform. And that means that that promoter is going to make double sure that you get the crowd that you should, but also that's a promoter you want to hang on to. So if you work with anyone like that, make sure they go in your book and you keep them in the loop with all of your future releases and so on. So there we are. I and lots of other people made these mistakes in abundance. You don't have to. Get really serious about those 3 things and it'll make a significant difference to your career. Please follow if you want more tips like this, or if you just want TikTok to know that you want really good, useful advice on music industry stuff.